Hello, welcome to my Roblox studio tutorial on how to make a Fnaf and Freddy's fan game. So here we're gonna start, but first, before we start, I'm gonna you need to like have some coding experience, so basic like Lua, so you technically know what we're doing. But so pretty much all we need for now is our office model, which for now I just have a empty empty template. So you could have pretty much whatever you want. I'm just gonna have this. So yeah, you just get a model, just call it your office, whatever you want. Then you have to insert a folder and call it office views. Spelled it wrong. Okay, so now that we have our office views, you're gonna wanna insert a part. Okay, so here we have our part. This is gonna be your camera, and right click on it and press show orientation indicator. And you see how it's facing forward? Yeah, that's where we're gonna want it to be. So we're gonna put it up there. Yeah, so we're gonna want to shrink it. Make it like tiny so you know where your camera's gonna be. And we're just gonna call this center. And we're gonna drag it in the office views. So yeah, that's gonna be our center. Make sure it's anchored. Transparency is 0.5. Could be whatever you want. But yeah, so that's gonna be it so far. So this is our first step. Okay, so after that, after we finish inserting our part, we're gonna need to insert a script. Actually, let's make a folder. Oh, oops, wrong thing. Add a folder. We're gonna have all our scripts. So let's just name it scripts. Then we're gonna insert a local script, and we're gonna call this camera start. So we're gonna need to to specify our camera in the workspace. So we're gonna put local camera equals to workspace dot current camera, because that's where the camera is located in workspace current camera. Then put local camera views equals to workspace dot wait for child, and then office views. Yeah, I said it wrong. So then we're gonna repeat wait, because we're gonna wait for we're gonna wait for the camera type to be scriptable. So before we do that, we're gonna need to set it. So the camera type equals to enum the camera type dot scriptable, and we're gonna repeat this until camera type equals to enum the camera type dot scriptable. Now we're gonna want to put camera dot cframe equals to camera dot no, wrong. So camera views dot center, which is our part that's inside of the folder, dot cframe. So now when we play the game, now when we play the game, let's just show real quick. Now our camera is gonna be focused in the center. You see, now we're gonna look directly into the camera, which is where our office is gonna be. So yeah. Alright, so after we finished adding the camera part, now we're gonna add some GUI. So now we're gonna make a screen GUI. Let's call it main, because this is where all our main stuff is gonna be. And we're gonna make a text button. Oops. Okay, so a text button. And we're gonna wanna set the rotation to 90 to 90. Actually, it really depends where you want it to be. So let me just set the text to this, to the arrow. And let's just make our custom GUI. Let me just do this and add the border to 3 just to make it look nicer. So we're gonna call this left. We're gonna duplicate it, do the exact same thing, but just change the text. And yeah, just change the text, and we're gonna call this right. So yeah, left and right. But now when we like click them, they're not gonna do anything because they're not scripted. So we're gonna want to duplicate the center part. I'm gonna turn on show orientation indicator, duplicate it, rotate it, and make sure that this one is facing left, and we're gonna name it left as usual. Yeah. And we're gonna call this right, and we're gonna want to rotate it. Yeah. So after that, we're gonna want to duplicate the right and call it left back. And we're gonna want to set visible to false, so make it invisible. And then we're gonna want to duplicate left and call it right back. And we're gonna make it invisible. So now we're gonna start coding it. So now let's add a local script. Actually, let's just make it this a whole frame. So insert it into. Wait, no. Let me just don't do anything. Okay, so just make the frame big, and just make background transparency to 1, and just drag everything in, and just call it look frame. Yeah. So, and then we insert a local script, and we're gonna call this look around. So we're gonna need the camera again. We need to specify it. So we're gonna wanna copy and paste our stuff from the other script. Okay, so now that we have it, we're gonna call it local tween service because we're gonna wanna tween the camera. Equals to game get service tween service. And now that we have tween service, we're gonna wanna make a function where it tweens the camera. So whatever position, I'm gonna put function tween camera, and we're gonna wanna specify the position and the time. So then we're gonna want to do tween service, colon create camera, dash tween info dot new. Then we're gonna want to put the time. Then we're gonna want to put the enum dot easing style dot linear. But the thing is, this right here, this is the tween style, so the way you want your camera to move around. So this is just totally up to you, but for me, I would just set it to linear. But if you don't really know what the easing styles are, then you could just leave it to linear. So then you're gonna want to put C-frame dot I mean I'm wrong. Then put C-frame equals position dot C-frame. Then we're gonna want to put colon play. Alright, so after we put the play, we're gonna want to specify when the buttons get touched. So yeah, so we're gonna want to put script dot parent dot left dot mouse button 1 click colon connect function. And this is gonna be the function that happens whenever the button gets clicked. So we're gonna want to make the script dot parent dot left invisible. So dot visible equals to false. And we're gonna want to make everything. We're gonna want to make left and right visible. So we're gonna want to make left visible. We're gonna want to make right visible. We're gonna want to make pretty much everything invisible except for left to back, which is the UI that appears whenever like we try to go back to the center position. So we're gonna want to turn on right back, and we're gonna want to turn on left back. Sorry, I'm a little sick today. So then we're gonna make it visible equals to true. So yeah, and then we're gonna want to put Tweet camera. Then we're gonna wanna make the camera views, and then we're gonna wanna put left. Now we're gonna wanna put, and pretty much you can make this anything. I just like to put a 0.1. This is the time that it's gonna take for the camera to move to like look at a certain position. So yeah, and now let's just test, see if it's working. Takes a bit to load. Okay, now that we're in, see, it looks around, but this isn't gonna do anything. So let's program that. So let's just copy and paste everything. But now let's make it left back, and we're gonna want to make everything visible again. So I mean, not really everything, but you pretty much know what I'm trying to say. So we're gonna make left and right visible. And we're gonna make right back and left back invisible. Now we're gonna want to set it to center. And now we're gonna want to duplicate both of these. Oh, wrong thing. Okay, so copy and paste it. So instead of this being left back, we're gonna change it to right back, right and right back. Okay, so we're gonna want to make it to, we're gonna want to make everything invisible. We set this to true. We're gonna want to set this to false, and we're gonna want to set, yeah, we're gonna leave this the same, but I'm gonna change this to right again. So yeah, it should be working now. Let's test. Okay, so we're gonna look left. We can go back, right, go back. Yeah, so now we have our look system. So when we're gonna look around, like our door is gonna be here. We're gonna press a button to close in this stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it for part one of how to make Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. So I hope you enjoyed. Please hit the like button, and I'll have my Discord server in the description, so you could join and ask for like help in scripts if you're stuck on anything. So like yeah. So I'll see you in part two. Bye.